Hello, this is Kay. Hi, Ease community. I'm here for our Yoga for Depression and Anxiety support group. It is 7 o'clock. I hope you can join me tonight. This is a first time for me. Of all the things, I thought I would never ever in my life do FaceTime Live. So here I am sitting doing FaceTime Live. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to wait a little bit, see who comes on. I can see somebody's on. I can unfortunately not see who is on, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm just, Katie's here. Hi, Katie. So nice to see you. And Patty's here. Lovely. Awesome. I feel much better now. I have to tell you, I'm really, really nervous, and it's nice to see some familiar faces here doing this. So, yeah, what a week. What a day, right? I think we're all in exhalation mode. Here we are. And hi, Katie. So I just wanted to share a few things that we tend to do in our depression and anxiety group. And if you've never been to our group, welcome. We love to have everybody here. This is an open group. Everybody shares what you feel free to share. This is a different format, obviously, than usually. Usually we sit in our, hi Louis, in our confined space, and which is a little bit smaller and more intimate and safer. And here we're out in the open. Michael is here. Hi, Michael. This is so great to see you all popping on. Now I don't feel so lonely anymore. So just as we're going along, you can post questions. So now I know I can actually see your comments, which is nice. So you can post questions. You can post comments as we go along the way. Also post some recommendations when you have any. I'll later go on and share something. Somebody sent something to me, an app they like to use right now, and I wanted to share this. So usually we begin our groups with a little bit of centering, and I want to offer this centering exercise for those of you who've been coming regularly. It's an exercise we practice and we use to sort of get our mind from being so incredible busy, to sort of draw it in, calm it down, so we have this tool to come back to when anxieties fly high. Beth is here. Hi, Beth. So nice to see you. So this exercise, just sit anywhere comfortable and sit up nice and tall. Make sure your rib cage is not collapsed. You can close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open. Actually, keep your eyes open. We need the eyes open to begin. And so what we're doing is we're looking where we're sitting without thinking too much. Notice three things you see, and name them. So in my case, as I'm sitting here, that would be iPad, table, lamp. So find these three things, name them, and then keep going back to them, visually looking at them, naming them one by one, and repeating this a little bit over and over, right? Whatever the three things are. I keep going in my loop of table, iPad, lamp. Yeah? Naming these three things, looking at them. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we turn to our ears, to our sense of hearing. And we do the same exercise. Pay attention to three things that you hear. Three sounds that you're hearing right now. And then name them in your mind. And keep going back to these sounds and naming the sounds. Go through this for about 3 rounds, 4 rounds, just listening to the sounds. And then once more, inhale. And exhale, side out. All right. And this is a sweet little exercise just to calm the mind down a little bit. And you can really do this anywhere you are. So this is the point in our, Layla is here, Miriam is here, Julie, Spree, this is wonderful. Hi all, thanks for joining. So this is usually the point if you come to our meetings where I pass around my little stone and we go around the circle and everybody holds the stone and we say our name and we maybe share something with one another. And usually I give you a little prompt. And I thought on this day today and with the week ahead of behind us and the things ahead of us, let's just share, and you feel free to type this in your comments, something that made you laugh or something that made you smile today, yesterday, on the weekend. And I just begin with something that really made me laugh today. I was talking to my friend in Italy. We were talking on WhatsApp and I was checking in with them and seeing how it's going, and she was describing the situation to me, and she, just being her good-natured self, said to me, it's just like the social isolation is hard, but we found a way to somehow online have aperitifs with our friends. And that really made me laugh and brought a bit of a smile to my face. So if you'd like to share anything right now, and just type it in the comments, something that made you laugh, or maybe that is something you need to think about a little bit longer. Just bring these to our moments and to your minds. So a few things I had in mind for tonight. Let me look at my comments here. Oh, you know what? I actually thought, usually we do this later in the meetings, but I thought we actually start with a little bit of chanting. You know me, I'm a singer, but chanting is not quite the same as singing. If you've been to our groups, you know that I always love to turn to chanting as a way to tune into ourselves and into our capacity for self-healing. The voice being our very, very own instrument. It is very unique, tuned to our own bodies and our own beings. And so we each carry around our very personal sound healing instruments, if you will. And so this is why chanting is such a beautiful thing, to tap into these sound healing capacities. I like chanting in Sanskrit. Sanskrit in itself is a vibrational language, and also chanting in Sanskrit, in these sacred sounds, you're diving into this vibration, but it also helps you just to keep going and going in these sounds that are not your native tongue, to again take your mind off the busyness a little bit and just draw a little bit more inwards and find a little bit of calming. And I'm just using a very simple chant tonight. It's a chant of Hari Om, and many of you might be familiar with this. Hari Om. Hari is known as the remover of suffering, the remover of pain. And Om is this primordial sacred syllable that basically encapsulates the whole of creation, the whole of the universe. And so I'm just gonna start tuning here a little bit into Hari Om. And you can just join me and follow along at home. You can just listen and close your eyes, or come along and chant a little bit with me. Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari I'm seeing you're putting in so many things about things that made you laugh and smile, and I can't wait to look through them and read them later. This is fabulous. Thank you all so much for chiming in and sharing. So I wanted to read something to you, and this is also a little bit of sharing and sharing our resources, right? So what helps us making it through this time that we couldn't prepare for and we never had really happening in our lives. So one of my to-go-to daily readings is this sweet little book. It's called A Year of Living Your Yoga, and it's by Judith Lasseter, a really, really talented, well-known yoga teacher. And so it has a little reading in there for every day of the year. And today, March 16, it says, in the state of yoga, there are no distractions. In the swirl of life's events, it is easy to be distracted from what is really important. Today, when someone speaks to you, put down what you're doing, turn toward her and give her your full attention. It will reduce your stress and create connection with her. And to me, I hope this resonates with some of you. To me, it really resonated. And I'm just sharing a little bit of something from this afternoon that I think anxieties are flying high for any of us these days. And I kind of caught myself all of a sudden in a situation where I felt my mind was really starting to begin to go in these kind of a little bit of a crazy circle. And I had just gotten, so I talked to my friend in Italy, which was kind of really nice and uplifting. And then I got on the phone with my parents in Germany and trying to sort of make sure they are doing things I would like them to do and stop doing things I would like them to stop doing and just taking care of themselves. And then on top of that, I was in the middle of, taking care of other things and writing cancellation emails for the little nonprofit I work for. And things were just spiraling up. And I realized I was in this heightened state of anxiety. And then I kept thinking about tonight and I got nervous. And so I took a breath and I dropped everything and I put on my shoes and I went outside and I went in the garden, in the backyard, and I just started cleaning up my backyard. I was out there for over an hour. I thought, I'll just go there for 15 minutes. I was out there for over an hour and did some raking and some clipping and just pulling some weeds. And it really brought me down. It really helped me ground a little bit. It helped me calm my mind down. And so I just wanted to share this because I noticed for me how important this is to become aware and noticing where we're going off the rail and off the track and finding things that bring us back to that. So if you have anything to share or any suggestions, what these things are that help you bring you back on track and get you out of this spinning circle when your mind just goes in circles, please feel free to share this in the comments. Chanting mantras like we did is also one of them that sort of brings me back into myself. I thought if you would like to move with me a little bit, we do a little bit. Oh, Katie, you walk your dog. Yes, beautiful. Thank you. You know what, Katie? We actually saw you this morning. My kids and I came from a morning walk and we saw you and they almost called out to you. And then my son said, oh, wait, got to keep our distance. But they were so happy to see you and see the dog. So I'd like to move a little bit with you and walk you a little bit through just a little bit of a grounding movement practice. Oh, a walk in the sunshine, meditation. Yes, those are all beautiful. You don't need a mat. Just, have some comfortable clothes on. If you don't have comfortable clothes on right now, maybe you do the practice later. I'm just going to go up and get back here, and I hope you can still all see me and hear me from here. And so if you are standing with me right now, I'm turning a little bit to the side so you can sort of see me halfway. So find the stance, find your feet under your hips, and your toes are facing forward. And then take a moment, bring the hands to your heart, fold them, and rest the thumbs into your sternum. And stand here tall. You can close your eyes if that feels good. And then balance the back of your head over your sacrum. So just find this imaginary line that your back of your head and your sacrum is balanced. And then bring your attention back to your feet and shift your weight forward. Keep the heels on the floor. Just shift the weight forward into the balls of the feet, into the toes. So you're leaning forward. You're almost to the point where your heels come off, but they stay on the ground. And then shift the weight back onto your heels. Keep the toes connected to the ground, but have the weight in the heels. And bring it back to center. And then lean over to the right. And then switch and lean over to the left. And then do some circles here, leaning forward, to the right, back, the left. Yeah, just doing some circles. Keeping the feet on the ground, switching directions here, circling the other way. And then balancing, finding the center point, and find stillness here. And let the hands come down to the side and take your stance a little bit wider than hip width distance. The feet are still facing forward. Feet are parallel, toes facing forward. Then bend your knees a little bit and interlace your hands. And then turn the palms down to the ground. Go a little bit deeper. And as your next inhale comes in, you turn over to the right. Scoop the arms up all the way to the ceiling. Get tall, straighten the legs. Exhale, come back down and around to the center. And then on the next inhale, come over to the left, coming up all the way to the side, reaching high. Exhaling to the center. And then once more, inhaling all the way up. Exhaling down. And switching sides here. Opening, standing tall here. And coming back down to the center. And then let go of the interlace and bring the hands to the top of the thighs. Not so much down, close to the knees, more up here. And keep the knees bent a little bit, bounce a few times here. And roll your shoulders up to your ears and back. Yeah. And then here, inhale, and on your next exhale, you tuck the belly button in, you round your spine, you tuck the chin and curl in. And as we exhale, we curl the heart open and out. And drawing it back in. So we're going a little bit here into like a standing cat-cow motion, inhaling, curling out. Exhaling, curling in. As you go through this, draw your awareness to your feet. Just notice their connection to the ground, how they hold you. One more here. And exhaling, rounding. Then we come a little bit deeper and bring your fingertips to the floor here. Knees are bent. And we do the same thing down here. We inhale, we curl the heart out and open. And as you exhale, you curl everything in, round the spine, tuck the chin in. Inhaling, curling out and open. And exhaling, rounding here. Inhale, curl out. Exhale, round. And then here, you can keep the fingertips on the earth Or you can bring the arms out to the side here, finding a flat back. Upper body is parallel to the floor, and then just begin to shift your weight from side to side a little bit, maybe taking the feet a little bit wider here. Yeah, shift from side to side. Maybe our thighs begin to burn a little bit, and just embrace it. Take this in. They're holding us on the ground here. And then find some stillness here. And then bring the hands to the ground, and then straighten your legs, sending the hips up to the ceiling, and let your head hang really low here. And here you can hold on to opposite elbows. Maybe sway a little bit from side to side. And bring the hands back to the ground, and open the feet a little bit wider. And then turn the toes facing slightly outward here. And here we bend the knees. Just shift a little bit from side to side, finding your stance here. And then come up. And bring the hands to the heart. And you choose, you can be up here. You know, if this is too intense, we can be up here taking a break. And finding a moment to balancing in the center. Inhaling here. And then as we exhale, we pour the hands down to the ground and maybe reach the tailbone a little bit longer to the earth. And we inhale. We draw the hands back up. Exhale, releasing, pouring everything down to the ground. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, releasing down. And then here, just straighten the legs for a moment. Reach the arms up, just find 5-pointed star. Maybe sending the gaze up, maybe have the gaze go forward. Just standing here a moment. Inhaling. And then exhaling, we bring the hands back to the heart. And then we turn the left heel out a little bit and the right toes facing to the side, bending that front knee, sinking into a warrior two stance here. And if you've been to the group, you know what's coming now. So we inhale here, and as we inhale, we hug the bones a little bit towards each other. We hug our feet energetically towards each other. And as we exhale, we open the arms out wide, keeping the palms up, sinking in a little, and we just gently say, not now. Not now. Not now, distracting me. Not now, anxiety. Not now, coronavirus. And inhale, we draw the hands back in, draw the energies back in. And exhale once more. Not now. We can soften that a little bit, soften the arms out, just holding here. And inhale, we bring it back in. We're finding temple here, shifting the weight a little bit from side to side. And then turning it over to the other side, finding our warrior two stance here. Hands at the heart. We energetically pull everything in. Inhaling. And exhaling, sinking in. Not now. Inhale, draw your energies in. And exhale, not now. And one more time, inhale, draw it in. Exhaling, not now. And soften the hands here a little bit. Just holding here for a moment. And then inhale, draw everything back into temple one more time. Reach the arms up high. And then exhale. Straighten the legs here. And then bring the toes facing forward one more time, a little bit wider than hip width distance. And then we cross the hands in front of our chest. So our fingertips are slightly touching the shoulders here. We inhale As we exhale, we curl in, we tuck the chin, draw the belly button in. As you inhale, just open out the arms, open the heart, send the gaze up. Exhale, draw everything in. Inhale, open. And exhale, draw everything in. And bring the feet a little bit closer together. Maybe your big toes are even touching. And bring the hands to the heart. You can close the eyes. Once more, balance the back of the head over the sacrum, your low back. Create a little bit more space in your spine. Stand up a little bit taller here. Inhaling and exhale, side out. And we just can come back, finding a seat, just adjusting the light a little bit here. So just a little bit of a grounding practice here. Maybe this is something you like to revisit as we're moving forward here at ease. And Tara had to make this difficult decision today to close all online classes, all live classes for now. We are coming together as a teacher community, and we're creating these little videos that we're going to share with the community. And this grounding practice is going to be one of the little videos I plan on creating here at some point this week, and then forwarding it to Beth and Tara so they can share it with the community. I wanted to share a breathing practice, but I think before we do this, I wanted to take a little bit of a moment, because I'm actually a little bit clueless, and I would also love to hear from you how in this time and in this situation we're in, how do we keep connecting with one another, right? And obviously, it's a blessing that we're living in this day and age of technology, that we have the opportunity of online classes, of Facebook Live, of Zoom, all these opportunities, which is wonderful. And yet, so for me, my lifeline sort of to just keep my mental health in balance are all these wonderful groups and communities I'm a part of. So my weekly choir practice, my church community, my weekly church visits, my yoga community. These things are right now all not happening anymore. And so we don't have these personal connections anymore. And this is a tough piece that I'm struggling with and figuring out how to do this, and many wonderful opportunities arise, and a lot of people are putting in all this effort to just go online. But I would really love to hear from you. What do you do? What are ways you have found to keep these connections going? And you can share this now, you can share this later, just anything that comes to mind. I think this would be very much appreciated to anyone who is on here, to hear and see a little bit of what everyone is doing as we're all remotely and tucked away in our homes. So if you would like, let's do a little bit of a breathing practice. And actually, Layla, calling each other, thank you. Yes, calling each other and really talking, like not just, I noticed that today, FaceTime, yes, that's a great one, to not just text or email, but to actually hear the voices. That brings a different quality to the connections we're having. And going on walks with neighbors, that's a beautiful idea. I take my kids and a neighbor child on walks as well, and we've been enjoying that. So the breathing I wanted to share today, and actually there was something that came up in the last group meeting in February where somebody said, can we do a little bit more breathing and breathing practices? And we've gone through quite a few, and I think also I'll make some little videos of different pranayama practices, and I'm sure other teachers at ease are doing the same thing. So today we're going to look into Viloma pranayama. And Viloma is V means against, and Loma means hair. So it means against the natural flow of our regular breath. And so if you would join me for this and find a seat, maybe on your chair or wherever you're sitting right now, and then lift your hips a little bit higher so you're sitting a little bit elevated. And create some length in your spine. Reach the crown of the head up, and then just very gently tuck your chin. And then if closing your eyes feels comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. Or otherwise just look at a point somewhere straight ahead. And then just for a few rounds, follow your natural inhale and exhale. Just connecting with it. You don't need to change anything about it. Just see where it flows and how it flows. And soften your facial muscles a little bit. Bring a little smile around the eyes. Relax the jaw. And then we begin, and we draw a breath into the chest about halfway, and then hold it here for 2, 3. Exhale slowly and fully. And then once more, breathing in about halfway, holding, 2, 3, exhaling. Inhale halfway, hold, 2, 3, exhale. Now fill up halfway, pause, and then take another sip of air in. Pause, exhale slowly. Once more, breathing in halfway, pause, another sip of air, pause, exhale. Once more, inhale halfway, pause, another sip, pause, exhale. Now inhale about 1/3. Exhale. Inhale a little more than halfway and pause. Exhale. Inhale about 2/3 of the way. Pause. Exhale. Inhale all the way to your fullest capacity. Pause. And exhale. And then just breathe in and out normally for a few rounds here. If you have the eyes closed, you can flutter the eyes open again, join back in. So maybe this little breathing exercise was something that spoke to you. Maybe it didn't. It's also called interrupted inhalation, because we're taking these pauses in between and then taking a little bit more air in and breathing it all out. It is supposed to really also calm anxiety down. I personally work with this quite a bit, and it helps me to calm down. But that is something that is very individual for each and every one of us. So maybe play with it a little bit, and I may just also video it so you have it in a shorter segment and you don't have to go through the whole live stream to find this little breathing exercise. Let's see, what else do I have? A little bit more. Oh, you know what? We usually I have my little cards out. Sometimes I have the wisdom for healing cards, and usually each of you draws a little card, or I give you a little card at the beginning of the class, and we sometimes go around and read out what's on our cards. And I actually pulled a community card for all of us tonight before I started the Facebook meeting. And so today's card happens to be Accept Life's Challenges. And I'm going to read to you what it says on the back. It says, today's lesson, reflect on the things you've been called upon to endure in this lifetime. Remember that we're all presented with obstacles as a way of helping us grow spiritually and serve others. Our goal to examine the challenges in your life and make peace with them. So this is our little group card for today. Just reading a little bit what you've been doing. Joyce, yes, I've been going on walks with neighbors, group text with family members to check in. Yeah, group text, that's a great idea. Spending time with my partner, walking around in parks and on more secluded paths, family group texts or videos. I love that idea of the family group videos. Thank you so much. My aunts, uncles, other cousins have started continuing email conversations. Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you. I'll actually, that's a great one. I'll ask my family to do that a little bit. See if we can all get together for a group video. That's nice. A little bit more sharing of daily readings, and I can, if you like, I can also put them in the comments below after the live feed. So here's another one that is well known. It hangs around East. The teachers read from it a lot. Journey to the Heart. This also has daily readings for each day of the year in it. And this is just a little practice I do. I usually take those little books with me in the mornings on my mat and just read through this. Another one that my lovely friend Courtney recommended to me, I love this one. It is one of Thich Nhat Hanh's books, Peace is Every Step. And this is a wonderful one. Oh, is it backwards on the camera? I'm so sorry. Thank you for letting me know. Now I learned something about Facebook. So I will put these in the comment section below. So you actually have the titles. I'll probably snap pictures and then you can see what they look like. If you like, I thought one more thing I wanted to share is a little exercise. I actually videoed it last Friday, and it is on the Ease YouTube feed. It's a little exercise, a little practice that one of my teachers has shared with me, and I love doing it. It's Pranavayu. Pranavayu means prana is the energy, the life force, vayu, the movement, the motion. And in this particular way, we're working on drawing the energy inward. So channeling it a little bit inside of us. So we can sort of have it contained. And then from there, we can be really mindful about where we use it and where we share our energy. So we're not just simply letting the energy spill over. So I'm gonna move backwards here a little bit so you can see a little more of of my hands and my body as we're moving along. So again, we're doing this seated. I'm sitting cross-legged. You can sit up in a chair. You can sit kneeling. Any way of sitting is fine. And then once more, as always, we're trying to make sure our rib cage is not collapsed. We're sitting up nice and tall. We once more, we balance the back of the head over the sacrum. Tap the chin a little bit. And then here, if you like, there's a mudra for Pranavayu. And this is, my teacher calls it the Girl Scout mudra. I've never been a Girl Scout, but those of you who have, probably this might look familiar. So we're bringing the tip of the thumb, the pinky finger, and the ring finger together, and having the index finger and the middle finger straight out. And then I just turn the palms down and place them on my knees or along my legs here. And here, close your eyes, or once again, just find a soft gaze as a spot in front of you. Connect to your breath. And then imagine there's a rope that's connected to the bowl of our pelvis. And it reaches down all the way into the earth. There's a little silver hook attached to that rope, and it hooks onto the rock. So it keeps us connected. We're sort of tethering, held by this rope. And we travel up along the spine, traveling to the heart chakra area, pausing there for a moment, feeling the warmth. And continue travel up to the third eye center between your eyebrows. And bring some warmth there as well. All the way up to the crown of your head. And then imagine another rope that's attached there and hooks you somewhere to the stars. So we're sitting here, suspended between heaven and earth. Always safe in between. And then before you flutter your eyes open, just cross your hands over your heart here, maybe hooking thumbs. Take a moment, feel the heartbeat under your hands. Listen for your heartbeat. And then on your next inhale, flutter the eyes open. And then bring the arms behind you. Fingertips are behind you on the ground, so the palms are facing forward. Externally rotate the shoulders. That gives a nice opening of the heart. Maybe you want to send the gaze up or have the gaze forward, just sitting here in this opening. Spreading the collarbone broad. And inhale and bring the arms up all the way overhead. You can't see my hands now, but the palms are touching. You look up at your hands, look at your thumbs, and then draw your arms back so that the thumbs disappear and you can't see them anymore. And then bring your gaze forward. Press into your hands. Inhale. And then on the exhale, draw the hands down onto your head here. Elbows are out to the side. And then press in a little bit too much with your hands on your head here. And then release. And notice how you can grow taller again. And then bring the hands a little bit hovering, a few millimeters hovering above your head. And with an inhale, reach the crown of your head into your hands. Grow a little taller. And then on an exhale, let the hands come down to the side. One more time here. Inhale, we bring the arms up to cactus arms. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Exhale, bring the palms together, bring the arms together. Inhale, open. Exhale, together. And And then here, turn the palms so they're facing you. Keep the arms together and draw the arms up. Tuck your chin a little bit. So you're cupping your head a little bit with your arms here. Keeping it here. And on your next inhale, open the elbows out to the side. Turn the palms facing forward. The index fingers and the middle fingers come to touch. And just sit here and breathe a little bit. And then on your next inhale, draw your elbows into your waist. Hands are facing forward, and then we just begin to twist our wrists here and our entire forearms a little bit from side to side. Go a little bit faster. And then we start to bring the hands up, hallelujah arms, all the way to the ceiling, and then back down again. And shake the hands out, shake the wrists out. And we take our thumbs, bring them to the back of the head. There's this little dent where our skull connects to the cervical spine, and we place our thumbs in there. And then inhale, and with a little bit of pressure, draw the thumbs along that line around the skull, all the way to the front, until you reach the jawbones, and draw them down along the jawline. And then once more, finding that point here. Inhale, begin to draw them out. And continue to draw them along the jawline as you exhale. And then the index fingers come to the third eye center on our forehead here. A little bit of pressure on the inhale. Just draw the fingers across the eyebrows. Exhaling all the way to the temples, and then draw some circles here. And doing that once more. Third eye center, inhaling, begin to draw them across the eyebrows. And exhaling, massaging the temples. And with the index finger and the thumb, we just begin. We start at the top of the ears. We just gently tug a little bit, tugging our way down along the ears, finding the earlobes, and just pull the earlobes down all the way. Pulling. And then come to the middle of the ears, and we just turn the ears out a little bit, pulling them away from the head, finding some Dumbo ears here. And then bring your hands together and just rub them, create some heat. And when we have created a lot of heat, we're just going to cup our ears with the hands, like suction cups, press in a little bit, just to close all the sounds out and just listen to the internal sounds. Breathing. And then removing the hands, finding your mudra once more, placing the hands on the legs, inhaling. And exhaling. So there was the little pranavayu practice once more. Also a little bit of an offering to do or to find wherever you are, only parts and pieces of it. I'm gonna look at the clock here a little bit. So I gotta need to allow my family to come back upstairs again so that my kids can actually get ready for bed. I'm holding them hostage downstairs right now. It's the things we do these days. Let's just check in if you have any thoughts, any questions, anything at this point. Thank you, Leila. You would like to share or ask. We keep the lines open. The stream will be on the Facebook page. We can continue the conversation in the feed. Keep coming back to the Ease Facebook page. I know that Tara and Beth and everybody else is working just really, really hard and putting a lot of love into this community, trying to keep everybody connected and just sharing things for each other. Our next, keep up the online classes. Yes, Katie, yes. I'm sure we will. I promise we will. And I will also do my share and create a few more videos. So our next meeting is scheduled for April, the 3rd Monday in April. If we will have this in person or if we will still be online, I don't know. And then again, if you would love to write something in the comments, maybe you would love little check-ins more frequently in between. Maybe oh, thank you, Louis. Yes, some technical input here. That's good for me to know. So maybe we want to check in more frequently, maybe a little shorter, maybe a 20-minute check-in here and there, just to share some practices or sharing some thoughts along the way. So just make some suggestions and give us some feedback and some suggestions. We're really, really grateful for this. So with this, let's just all take a moment together that we can close this out. Bring the hands to the heart. Maybe close the eyes. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. And then we're just going to go through a few rounds of a very simple Hari Om without the harmonium. Inhaling. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Once more inhaling. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Inhaling, flutter the eyes open. Thank you all so much for showing up, for being here, also giving me technical feedback on what we could improve next time. Sending you lots of love, lots of support. Let's keep showing up for one another. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great night of sleep and a lovely day ahead tomorrow. Thank you and good night.